My name is Herbert Frank. I'd like to relate to you a story as told to me by my father. My father is a first-generation American, or he was a first-generation American. His father, an immigrant from a town called Nemirov. It's now located in Ukraine. It formerly was in Russia. My father was born in 1910, and in 1923, he was 13. Now, 13 is a very significant time for a young Jewish boy because he was going to become a bar mitzvah. A bar mitzvah is a ceremony where he becomes a man in the eyes of his religious congregation. Since this is a time of joy and pride, it merited his very first suit that was entirely his own, was not a hand-me-down. My grandfather went to a clothier, a gentleman's clothier by the name of Crass Brothers in Philadelphia. Now, Crass Brothers was known to have reasonably good clothing at reasonable prices, but more than that, they were known to be negotiators. Now, negotiation, or as it's known in Jewish, handling, was my grandfather's forte. So, my grandfather took my father in hand. They went to Crass Brothers. He also knew that if you go on the very first day of the month, it's a good time to negotiate because the salesman wants to make that sale. He wants to make that sale because it portends a good month if he makes the sale and a bad month if he doesn't. And of course, he needs the commissions. So my grandfather looked around at the various suits, and as he went through each one, the salesman extolled its virtues, and my grandfather downplayed their virtues. He denigrated the suits. This one is too shiny, this one is too rough, this one has no good material, this one's too warm, so on and so forth. Eventually they arrive at a suit, and the salesman says, well, that's a very fine suit, and we will alter it for your son. The cost of that suit, and here I must digress for a moment because I don't know truly how much money the suit was or how much my grandfather offered. But as my father related the story, and he too didn't remember, we'll choose an arbitrary number, let's say $100. So the salesman said, you can have the suit for $100, including free alterations. My grandfather said, I'll give you 50. The salesman said, 50? That's outrageous. My grandfather says, look, it's my money. It's your suit. If you don't want my money, goodbye. The salesman grabbed him by the shoulder and says, wait a minute. Do you have family? My grandfather says, do I have family? I've got brothers, I've got sisters. The salesman said, I'll tell you what. You tell your family about me. You can have the suit for $80. My grandfather says, I'll give you 40. The salesman says, 40? That's not the way you negotiate. I come down, you go up, we meet. My grandfather says, look, it's your suit. It's my money. If you don't like it, I'll leave. The salesman says, wait. He says, do you have friends? My grandfather says, friends? I belong to a social club. I have work. I have plenty of friends. The salesman says, I'll tell you what. If you tell your friends about me, I'll give you the suit for $60. My grandfather looks at him. He says, I'll give you 30. The salesman says, what do you want to do? You're ripping my hair out. He says, this is not the way you negotiate. My grandfather says, look, it's your suit. It's my money. If you don't like it, I'll leave. The salesman says, look, I can't take it anymore with you. Take the damn suit. Get out of here. My grandfather says, I want 2 pair of pants.